introduction because he is giving this speech as part of a workshop. So, if you've ever had to create a speech, you know the frustration of trying to figure out how to make your speech a good speech. Our next speaker has had the same problem and has spent many years in Toastmasters trying to find out the solution to creating good speeches. One day he had a discussion with his mentor that transformed his approach to making speeches. Today you will learn about that approach, discover a whole new way to look at speeches, and find out how easy it is to create a good speech. And now, please join me in welcoming our next speaker, Tim Wilson.
If you've been here before, you know that just as a play has 4 acts, so your speech is a 4 acts. It has an A act, a C act, a T act, and an S act, all the way through your speech. A, C, T, S. That makes up the 4 acts. Does that make sense so far? That? Okay. The thing about it is the very first act, the A act, is all about getting the audience's attention. Getting the audience's attention. And you get the audience's attention by using the word you. Use the you in your speeches. When you use the you, it's like the audience is right there on stage with you. It makes the speech personal instead of impersonal. It breaks down the barriers between speaker and audience. It makes everything come together. Whatever happens to the speaker happens to the audience just by using the word you. It's a powerful word. You get the audience's attention at the beginning. You keep it all the way through your speech by using the word you. Which creates a situation. So you're thinking, okay, Tim, great, I got the audience's attention, but now what? How do you keep the audience's attention? How do you continue on? How do you continue on attention in your own speech itself? If you have that situation where you just start to talk about something, and after a while you get bored of it, it's like, I'm not really interested in this anymore. It's really my thing. I don't really care about this. And you've been in Toastmasters for a while, you know there are people in Toastmasters say, well, I can't do a speech today, I'm not ready for it, I'm not really quite practiced enough for it, I'm just not ready, or they keep putting it off. And that happens because they don't understand the C act of the speech. Once you understand the C act of the speech, you can very quickly and easily create speeches. Simple. You can get them going because you understand the C act and how the C act works. Once you understand that C act of the speech, everything starts to flow. And the C act of the speech is simply your content. Your content. Now, if you haven't here before, you know I've got a friend named Bob. He's a tall guy, blonde hair, nice guy, most importantly, professional speaker. And I bump into him at Starbucks every now and then. And in fact, it's at Starbucks, he was kind of telling me about these 4 acts. So you have to get the audience's attention. He talked about content. He said, Tim, you've got to have good content. Content's very important. So you've got to create this great content. And after a while, I talked about it. I said, well, how do I do that, Bob? How do I create good content? What's the way I do that? And he said something that was very helpful and useful to me, and maybe it'll be useful for you. He said, Tim, what you need to do is you need to find your passion. When you find your passion, you find your speech. Now maybe now you're thinking, Tim, what are you talking about? Find your passion, find your speech. What does that mean? What if you don't know what your passion is? How can you discover what that passion is? How do you unearth what that passion is inside you? And I had the same sort of question. I think, Bob, how do you find that passion? And Bob kind of took me through a practice. It requires a little bit of imagination, a little bit of thinking, a little bit of concentration. But as you go through this process, you're going to start to find out how you can find your passion and you can find your speech. But it'll take a little bit of patience, a little bit of time. Is that okay? All right? Nick's doubtful, but everybody else, is that okay? All right. Here's the thing. Just imagine you're at a party. Okay? Just imagine you're at a big party. Lots of people all around. One of these big, huge, mammoth, blow-em-out parties. And this party, everybody's talking about anything you can possibly imagine. Every subject under the world is being discussed at this party. You got that? That picture? Kyle's with me, right? Okay. Drew? All right, good. Okay, well, with me so far. All right, so there you are, and you're going to this party. It's like any other party. You know, you go around and say, hey, how are you doing, Drew? Good to talk to you. Oh, hey, how are you doing? Sorry, Nick. Don't do that at parties, by the way. Not good to do. Hey, Nick, nice talking to you. Great. Said, oh, I got to see Drew over here. Catch you later. Drew, how are things going? Good talking to you. And he's talking about a different subject each time you go around the party. So it's cool. You go around the party, bouncer usually do, changing subject every time you go around the party. Does that make sense so far? And then as you're going around the party, you're talking with Drew, and it's great, and you're talking with Annie, and suddenly you hear somebody talking about something you like, something you really enjoy, something you're interested in, something you're excited about, some subject that captures your attention, and you go over and you start talking to that person about that subject. And you just start talking about it. And you talk about it more, and as you're talking about it, you find yourself getting more confident, more certain, more excited, more, dare I say, aroused, probably not the right word, but more interested. Because it's an interesting subject. It's one of those subjects you hadn't really heard that much about before, but every time you hear about it, it gets you going. So you start talking to that person about that subject, and an interesting thing happens. People start to look over and say, hey, what are they talking about? So other people start coming over and they start saying, hey, what's going on here? So, man, we're talking about this subject, really great. And they start talking about it. And more people start coming around because it's just a great subject. You're excited about it. And as you're excited about it, as you're interested in it, as you get really, really going into it, your whole body kind of changes, your whole attitude changes. It becomes simple. It's a conversation. You don't need to study it or work on it. It's not a big deal. And you attract more and more people. So gradually, all of a sudden, the party starts shifting. All this party was talking about all these different subjects, but the more people you get talking about your subject you like so much, the more and more people start coming over. And as they come over, more and more people are talking about the subject, or just listening. And there you are, standing up in front of everybody and just absolutely the master of the stage. You're the master of the situation. Now you're talking about that subject. You like it so much. You enjoy it so much. Everything is flowing. Everything is going. Everything is all coming together because that's a subject that you really like. That's a subject you really enjoy. And as you're doing that, suddenly you realize that this is something really, really great you hadn't really thought about. Can you imagine all that? Nick is with me. Okay. Here's the thing. Whatever subject you're now thinking of, that's what you should talk about. That's what you should talk about. Whatever subject comes to mind when you're excited, when you're interested, when you're flowing, when everything is going, you're imagining that part, you're talking about that perfect subject. Whatever subject that is, that's what you should talk about. It's that simple. It's that simple. Now maybe you're thinking, okay, Tim, great, I'm going through this thing, but I know I'm passionate about something, talking about something, but I can't quite see it. I don't know quite what it is. And that's okay. Here's the thing Bob said. So it's very simple. If you're in a situation you don't quite sure what your passion is, just ask a friend. Let's go over to a friend of yours and say, what do I like to talk about? Your friend will probably say, you got to be kidding. You know what you want to talk about. It's that subject you're always talking about. You're betting my ear on it. That's what you should talk about. So don't worry. If you don't know your passion, your friends do. And here's the thing. Once I started doing that, I discovered it was easy to talk. It was simple. All of a sudden I could talk. It was simple. It flowed. It was not a big deal because I was talking my passion. Once you do that, you'll notice the same thing. You're excited. Things start to flow. They start to go quickly. You can keep speech topics going. You got no problem talking. You got no problem. You don't need Toastmasters, whatever, because you like that subject. You're enjoying that subject. And when that happens, boy, all the pressure is off you. All those difficult meetings, all those difficult presentations, if you find something you love in those things, you really love, maybe you love finance, maybe you love something else, whatever it is, and you're talking about that passion, boy, it's simple. It's easy to talk. So that's content. Find your passion, find your speech. So great. You get their attention at the very beginning by using the content, find your passion, find your speech, which creates an issue about, great, Tim, I found the passion, I found my speech, but how are they going to do this? How are they going to make it work? And that's something many speakers leave out. Say, hey, this is a great thing you can do, and say, how? And they don't have any answer. That's the TAP. You'll find out more about that in a couple of weeks.